Another very typical middle game position, folks, white to play. I'm sure many of you has intuition about this position, right? It can come from names or Indian structure, for example. I want you to read the board properly, look at the imbalances, and come up with a plan. I want you to create a plan for white in this position, okay? Let's do it together, folks. Well, white has the central pawn majority, right? We have, let's say, D and E pawns versus black's single D pawn. Black has more pawns on the queen side. In general, our bishop on C1 is crying and sleeping, and there's a knight on E4 that is potentially chased away by the pawn by F3, okay? We can also go C4 in this case to undermine that knight, but if you go C4, you're allowing the move knight B4, right? Very quick tactics to ensure that we don't want to lose our bishop like that. So I'm refusing to make this move. But since you already understand that we have majority in the center of the board that could be rollable in the middle game, then you reverse engineer your way by starting with F3 after knight D6. You tell me your next move. Of course, a very standard F3 followed by E4 pawn break is on the board, and you see white is activating the bishop. White is placing one more pawn in the center of the board. White is gaining full central domination, activating all of our pieces if they take. Even our rook is becoming happy as a result. Look at those pawns, folks. Look at the effect of the ideal and mobile pawn center that you created as a result of very, very simple plan, right? F3 followed by E4. It happens all the time in those middle games. But you don't find this move by like a random forcing move search. There's much more structure in your thinking. What is my middle game plan? Then you start searching for imbalances, right? Then you see bishop pair. This bishop is unopposed. It will be nice to activate my bishop, right? So can I play E4 in the near future, for example? That comes to mind. Then you gradually, right, prepare the break E4, which is not even preventable by black. Many players in this position just take that knight because they think, oh, the knight is beautiful. Strong knight on E4. Let's take that beast. Also for beginner levels, exchanges are blind. They cannot preserve the tension between those two pieces very, very long. So this also becomes very difficult for beginners to play chess like that. It's also because of their lack of goal setting, of course. They never even see that in this position, white had an extra pawn in the center of the board that could be used like a pawn break to gain further influence in the center of the board, correct?